get the one, like I've mentioned, the sort of Lotfi, for example, from a couple of years ago, who was every single time there was a goal in the match, he would pause and make some sort of tactical change. And then you've got players like we've just seen from Neo Terrible Tank, for example, who's very much a free spirit. Again, O'Neill, a free spirit, you know, happy to just sort of go out and take each and every game as their own, you know, and just play the game as it comes and fired at them. So these two players, I believe, are slightly different in that setup. I think Neo Lotfi will possibly be slightly more tactical in that sense, and Terrible Tank will just look to sort of take the game by the scruff of the neck and take the game to Neo Lotfi. But every game can be different, as you well know, in this wonderful world of esports.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, not too far away from this game starting, and as I mentioned, we still have the final to bring you as well from this event in Barcelona. There's another event taking place in Milan in 2 weeks' time as well, which will have a similar format, so make sure that you tune in on all the usual outlets to see the broadcast of that as well. Myself and Adam will be in situ for that one as well.
Yeah, unfortunately, you will have to see our faces again for another live stream.
Unless there's a change of plan of how they do things, which may well be the case. So there you can see the very fetching Jeju United strip, which looks like there may have been an accident in a paint factory, but that's the look up we're going
Certainly
for.
No prizes for design there. I don't think Christina would be happy with that sort of aesthetic
exactly.
to the clothing set up there.
The majority of the players in the Jeju squad are, unsurprisingly, from South Korea. They do have a couple of Brazilians in there. Magno Cruz and Robertson are from Brazil. They've got Jovanovic, who's Australian as well. Thiago Marquez, another Brazilian in there, but the vast majority that you're going to see line up for Jeju United in the orange kit, playing for Neo Lotfi, are all from South Korea. So Sungwook Jan has found Il-Soo Hwang. Il-Soo Hwang on the move. It's a poor pass from him, and Koscielny should clear. Given away though, and Il-Soo Hwang's delivery is a good one, and the header had to be dealt with by Czech. Early chance.
Il-Soo Hwang with a lovely bit of play down this right-hand side, and I believe Mendy was free inside that 6-yard box, and it just almost glanced towards that near post. It's a really stunning save in the end from Petr Cech. It looked like Jeju United were going to take a 1-0 lead there.
Chance very, very early on, and a change of set-piece takers. Mendy delivers and causes problems as well. Turn, hit, goal. What a start for Jeju United. Well, they asked the question once, and then Sungwook Jin has taken that opportunity to put his side into the lead.
Yeah, Sungwook Jin with an absolutely clinical finish inside the 6-yard box, and Neo Lotfi just was not going to be held down there. He started the game on the front foot. He created the chance for Mendy. The header went goalwards. Good save from Czech, but from the resultant corner, he was allowed far too much room inside that 6-yard box as the Arsenal defenders chased the on-rushing Mendy towards that near post. It allowed him far too much room there. Took one touch and then smashes the ball low into the right-hand side. A really promising start from Neo Lotfi.
Yeah, it's in stark contrast to what we saw in the other semi-final, which didn't really open up until late on in the game. An early goal inside of the first 4 PES minutes of this one, and what a fillip for Jeju United. Arsenal have barely been out of their own half from kick-off, and Neo Terrible Tank trying to change that with his side, but they've got to be careful here because Jeju United look dangerous every time they come forwards. And here's Frederick Mendy, who just veered offside, but there's something about the way they're attacking the space that is different to what we've seen from any other team so far.
Yeah, Neo Lotfi is really, you know, utilising Jeju United. Maybe this is the missing link in this tournament so far. Maybe more players should have used this team from South Korea, because he's had all the attacking forays so far as we tick towards the first 10 minutes mark in this second semi-final. But it's a chance for Arsenal to get that equalising goal. Mkhitaryan with a left foot shot blocked and cleared.
And here comes Jeju United with Jiwa looking for the goal scorer, Sungwook Jin, who's through on goal again, this to make it 2-0, and he has done. Well, how about this for a start? 2 goals for Sungwook Jin, and Jeju United firmly in charge. and his side are on course to make it through to the final.
Yeah, Sun Wook Jin with a wonderful, wonderful brace. First, you've had two types of strikers' goals there. You've had the predatory goal inside the 6-yard box, the Filippo Inzaghi sort of role there, and then you've got the, you know, Roberto Firmino perhaps of today's game with a lovely run through the middle and just the calmest of finishes past Petr Cech. World class from Jeju United, of course, being controlled by the Frenchman Neo Lotfi. A really, really promising start from him.
Well, it might be a case of having to alter things drastically for Arsenal already, given the way that the match has panned out. Less than 12 PES minutes on the clock, and Neo Terrible Tank side have it all to do already. The two Neo club teammates separated by 2 goals early on, and well, haven't seen a start as strong as this in any of the matches that we've witnessed here this afternoon. Opportunity for Neo Terrible Tank perhaps though to get one back here, and it's taken. Well, that is just what the doctor ordered for him. Aubameyang fires home from close range, and it's a rip-roaring start to this game, 2-1 after just 16 minutes.
Well, we talked about the first semi-final being a cagey affair. This is anything but. Jeju United taking a 2-goal lead, and of course Neo Lotfi looked like he was sailing towards that final slot and a qualification for the European finals, but straight away, straight down the other end, Aubameyang found too much space inside the area, and of course Terrible Tank is back in the match.
Wow. Wow, what a start. Well, if it keeps on going like this, it could be 10-8 come full time. And Neo Lotfi's side are on the attack once again. It's Kwon who plays a poor pass there. Bayerin now for Neo Terrible Tank's Arsenal. And Mkhitaryan, good turn from Lacazette. He's turned it on to Aubameyang as well. That pass was a bit too telegraphed though. And here come Jeju United once again, and it's that ball through the centre that has caused a bit of consternation for the Arsenal backline. Deal with that one easily enough, and now brought forwards by Maitland-Niles into Aubameyang. Worked on by Lacazette towards Bayerin. Bayerin's touch though is hideous, and that's behind for a goal kick.
Hideous certainly was the term to be used there. It really wasn't something you'd want to see back on instant replay, as Jeju United have really started well in these opening 23 minutes, but still finally balanced after that Aubameyang goal back into the match. But of course, the Jeju United frontman is now on a hat-trick, isn't he, Mark?
Yeah, we haven't seen a hat-trick so far today. Aubameyang's had a couple of doubles, but no treble.
Sung-woo Kim could be that man.
Exactly. Mkhitaryan on for Aubameyang. And that looked like it may have been a foul, nothing given. Lacazette now with a chance to turn into a bit of room. Excellent defending though, and it's worked all the way back to the keeper. Sent long though and headed clear as far as Aubameyang, who's won that back well and has fed Lacazette. Lacazette early into Mkhitaryan. Mkhitaryan to Lacazette very nearly, but Ivanovic, the Australian, was back in the right place to make the block for Jeju United, who are under the pump a bit now after bossing the opening quarter of an hour or so, and credit has to go to Neo Terrible Tank for the way he's responded.
If you just notice down on the bottom left-hand side of the screen, a slight tactical tweak there. Didn't need to pause the game, but certainly something that Neo Lotfi was looking to do after conceding that goal. Just a slight defensive change to his tactics there, and just trying to sort of shut up shop with the remaining 10 minutes in this first half.
Well, the first 35 PES minutes of this one have absolutely flown by. Here's the man who's on a hat-trick, Sun Wook Jin. He's lost out. It will break the way of Lacazette for Arsenal. He's had his picket popped by Kim. It's forwards to Mendy now. Mendy has rolled it into the path of Hwang nicely. He's got 2 in the area to aim for, 2 more arriving now, still carrying it himself. It's teed up for Jiwa. And Toscano's efforts charged down, still alive inside the area. Danger, 3-1. Well,
in the blink of an eye.
Hasn't had a chance for a while. Junhub Jiwa has made it 3-1 and just when Arsenal looked like they were finding their way back into the game. That is a real sucker punch.
Yeah, of course, the man with 2 goals already, and of course Mendy inside that, buzzing around inside the penalty area, took all the attention away, and he just stole in at the back post. And it's a really calm finish, not like Neo Lotfi looks right now, because he's biting his nails, but he doesn't need to. He's performing absolutely brilliantly here and takes a 3-1 lead. Now he's just got to stay composed, stay calm, and not allow Terrible Tank back into the match. But that's easier said than done at this stage, isn't it, Mark?
Absolutely. Credit has to go to him for the fact that Neo Terrible Tank's Arsenal were working their way back into the game after being on the back foot. They had the momentum, and then that goal comes about for Jeju United to restore their 2-goal cushion, and he'll just be happy to see the half-time whistle now. I don't think anyone watching will be, though, because it's been such a good watch. Mkhitaryan flicks it on to Lacazette. Aubameyang, what a move this is. Maitland-Niles, can he finish it off? He's gone a bit wide. He's got the cross in. Must be a goal, it is. That is a fabulously worked goal, finished off by Lacazette. It's 3-2, and this game just keeps getting better and better and better.
Yeah, this is the best 45 minutes we've seen so far in the competition, and right when we need it. These 2 players know that at this stage they are 45 minutes now away from a place in the regional finals, and you could just see on his face, Terrible Tank knows that was such an important period of play there, and the 2 strikers combine, and it's turned home by Lacazette at the back post, stayed composed. Just wonderful to watch these 2 players going neck and neck here, head to head from the Neo Esports team.
Yeah, the 2 Esports teammates really serving up a treat. And are we going to get another goal before the interval? Well, perhaps not from that attack, as it's sent long towards Frederick Mendy, whose header doesn't find a teammate, and we can all draw breath with the half-time score 3-2 to Jeju United.
Yep, so 5 goals shared between Neo Lotfi and Neo Terrible Tank, the 2 Frenchmen looking to book their place in the final, and they are straight away out in the second half, not happy to make any changes, and it's a real chance here for Arsenal, and it's come back off the top of the crossbar and away for a goal kick. A real chance for Arsenal to make it 3-3.
Well, the action just keeps coming thick and fast. The keeper's parry wasn't ideal, and his defender did just enough to get the touch onto Aubameyang and over the bar. Well, you cannot take your eyes off this one at all. Mendy's flick on should be easily dealt with by Koscielny, but he's made the error, and Sun Wook-jin, who's on a hat-trick, is he going to complete it here? He's going to maybe pick a cross. Czech can't get there. Wonderfully done. It's 4-1. Marcelo's header, the skipper, extends their lead back to 2 goals once again. And it was unselfish play from the man who's on a treble. But how about that mistake? That will really hurt Terrible Tank.
It really, really will. It was in a needless possession to give away. But the man who was on a hat-trick, how unselfish was this? The guile, the precision of the cross. And there was Toscano at the back post. Once again, the nails are well and truly being bitten, because Neo Lotfi, should I say, knows that at 3-1 he allowed Terrible Tank back into the match. He's now got to keep this 2-goal cushion. But what a goal there. Brilliant.
What a game it is as well. Fascinating stuff as Lacazette looks to make some inroads. Arsenal looking to get one back once again. I don't think too many defensive-minded players will be loving this, but certainly for the rest of us, it's been an excellent watch. Hammered towards Sun Wook-jin, the man who's scored 2 and provided 1 assist, and he's won a free kick there.
Normally when you get a first half so open and so frantic and frenetic as we saw in that opening 45 minutes, the second half doesn't usually live up to the billing, but within 30 seconds we had a chance, and we've already had another goal as well, and we've only sort of 9 minutes into this second half.
It really has been rip-roaring stuff, and here come Arsenal once again with Aubameyang. He's going to have to go it alone for now, and he might do well at going it alone. Just showed a bit too much of it to the Australian defender Jovanovic, and turned forwards by Toscano, the man who recently scored. Lovely weighted pass for Sun Wook-jin. Is this the chance for the treble and the goal that might seal a place in the final? Saved by Czech. Well, it was a cheeky attempt, and it very nearly came off. Might get another bite of the cherry here. Kolasinac has to just belt it out of play for a throw. That was so close to what surely would have been a clinching goal at 5-2 with only half an hour to play, and another tweak from Terrible Tank. He used one to good effect in the first half to stem the tide and get back into it, and he needs another rabbit from the hat here.
Yeah, Sunwoo Jin is running absolute riot through that Arsenal back line. Time and time again, he's being afforded far too much space, and sometimes Arsenal are actually giving him possession, which is certainly something you don't want to do when he just can't stop scoring here for Jeju United. And he's even turned provider once for Toscano as well. So as we tick towards the final third of this match, the next 10 minutes you feel are so crucial here for Terrible Tank. He needs a goal.
Well, there are the changes that are being made, and it's not just in terms of personnel but also positional and tactical. And you can see there the Jeju United setup sitting very deep with the three-man defence provided some defensive shield by the two just in front of them.
Yeah, what's interesting to see about Jeju United is they've got the sort of sitting two defensive midfield players, which in terms of anything in and around the edge of the area, they are blocking every single avenue, not allowing the sort of number 10 role for Arsenal to get any sort of freedom, and they're forcing Arsenal really wide. But then when the ball comes back in, they've got 5 players that are already there to head the ball away, and it's working really, really well so far in this second semi-final. And of course, going forwards, they've got the man of the moment who just can't stop scoring and is of course now on that hat-trick. What a lovely way to crown a terrific performance if he's able to do that.
Yeah, absolutely spot on, as the throw is about to be taken, but not until a couple of alterations have been made. You can see there that Arsenal have actually got a better pass completion record than Jeju United in the game, but the important statistic is in the top left of the screen, 4-2. Can Arsenal make it 4-3 with this attack? Lacazette has options further forwards, and Dragomir is on the move. Welbeck chance, and too close to the keeper. That was an easy save for Chan Gwen Lee.
Yeah, it's a tame finish there from Danny Welbeck. He had a little bit more time than he felt he had at that moment in time, as 63 minutes on the clock, and he pulled the trigger too early. And now they've got a chance here, Jeju United, to catch Arsenal on the counter-attack, but he's delayed the pass. Now he finds it infield, now finds Toscano, doesn't pull the trigger, comes back in again. He's already got one, chance for two, hacked away at the death.
Well, that could have been game over. Surely a 3-goal deficit would have been too much even for Terrible Tank to pull back, despite the way that he's rallied in the first half, and it could get worse for him here. Opportunity, and Koscielny's across to try and clear the danger. Important header back there. They are just about keeping themselves in the game here, and Jeju United looking like they're enjoying themselves, although there was a challenge from El Neni that almost won possession back. Sunwoo Kim now is on the move early in towards Toscano. Look at the room he's got here. This would surely settle it. Toscano floats it in, and the desperate defensive header averts the danger for now, but they really are banging on the door for that fifth goal.
That front three are causing mayhem in that Arsenal rear guard, but it's a chance here for Danny Welbeck to break away. But that's exactly what we were talking about earlier. They're forcing Arsenal into that, rushing that final pass, and they've got 5 players in and around the edge of the area that are just blocking every opportunity. And when the ball does come in, they're winning it in the air over the Arsenal centre forward. A really impressive defensive performance here from Neo Lotfi.
Yeah, standing firm with 15 minutes or so of Pez action left to play, and Arsenal throwing the kitchen sink at them now, as they have to do. They need 2 goals. They'll need one very soon, although we did see Arsenal score twice in the last 8 minutes of the quarter-finals.
The Johan FCB moment of magic.
In the final, waiting to see who he's going to face, and Aubameyang's effort charged down there. They need one of these to go in soon. 10 minutes remaining, and Jeju United would do well just to try and keep possession for a while, which they're doing with Toscano, who's going to just take it down to the corner and play it backwards onto Huang now. Ilsu Huang, who left El Neni for dead there. And again, clever play this, just maintaining possession. They don't need to go forwards and score. They just need to run down the clock and keep the ball, which they're doing expertly at the moment. Only 5 Pez minutes remain, and that'll be a throw. They'll be very happy with that.
It looks too little too late here for Terrible Tank now as we tick into the final 2 minutes of normal time. And I believe there will probably be around 2 to 3 minutes of added on time, but we're awaiting that confirmation from the fourth official. But it's just been, it's been a two-man show for me. You've obviously got Toscano, who's come in with one of the 4 goals, and you've got the man of the moment, obviously, Su Hung Kwan, who got the other 2 goals there. It's been absolutely breathtaking from Jeju United, and Arsenal haven't really been able to respond.
So just minutes away now, Neo Lotfi, from taking his place in the final after what's been an absorbing semi between these two. Welbeck is off after it for Arsenal, but it's not in the right area of the pitch for them. Lacazette needs to make some inroads, gets it back nicely. Lacazette, there's 2 in the area. If he can find any of them, it's deflected. Nearly went out for the corner, does off the keeper. Now, 1 minute of stoppage time. Surely there's no way back for Arsenal, given how little time is remaining, and that they've given possession away as well. Anywhere will do for Neo Lotfi, who sees the game through and goes into the final with a fine 4-2 win after what was a sensational semi-final.
Yeah, the game kind of went away from Arsenal for me as soon as the centre forward from Jeju United, Sung Wook-jin, decided to just turn up on the day. He was absolutely breathtaking to watch, and him in combination, of course, with Toscano in that final third was causing Arsenal problems left, right and centre, and Terrible Tank just didn't have anything to respond in the end to Neo Lotfi going forwards the other way. There was a couple of moments of brilliance from Arsenal, but it just simply wasn't enough. And of course, the second finalist today and staking his claim for the European Regional Finals qualification is, of course, Neo Lotfi.
Well, that was some semi-final. The final is going to follow on in the not-too-distant future, and we will bring you some reaction from